Hello everybody, welcome to Love the Movie Troy. This is Troy and this is the channel where we talk about movies. So look, check me out. I usually talk about movies on this channel, but you know, for this particular video I'm gonna talk about what should I get out of the Xbox Series X or the Ps5. Now this is the next gen, right? We're going into the next generation of video games. So Xbox One X or whatever the fuck, and the PS4 is about to go out of, you know, they about to, you know, go down a rank, you know, and it's about the next generation Xbox Series X and the PS5. Now my thing is, I'm excited about it because I'm not even a big gamer. I'm not like a big gamer, you know. I've had consoles in the past and stuff like that, but you know, I'm excited about this. This is the future. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get me one of these. You know, I'm just trying to decide which one I'm gonna get. Now, I'm gonna be real. This video is about telling you which one I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna choose the one I'm gonna choose. Now, I'm gonna break it down first. Now, I'm gonna break this whole down into categories. I'm gonna talk about the design. I'm gonna talk about which, you know, system play better, which system is faster, and which system has the better games, and what new technology the next generation consoles are gonna bring as a whole. So, you know, just to start it off, you know I talk about movies, but the reason why I'm talking about these game systems is because a lot of games turn into movies, you know, and a lot of times games have just as good of stories as movies do. So every now and then I might mix in other shit that can be similar to movies. So starting off with the Xbox Series X and the PS5 design. Now, it's funny because both of these designs are controversial. You know, both of these designs, when they were, you know, introduced to the world, people wasn't feeling them. Me, I was feeling them both. You know, the Xbox Series X is more plain. You know, it looks like a refrigerator, to be 100. But, you know, I like that simplistic, you know, look to it. You know, it's not like they're trying to do too much. They're not trying to blow you away with these, you know, different looking consoles. It still has the soul of the original Xbox, if that make any sense. And I fuck with that concept, you know, and I think that the design for the Xbox Series X is more about, you know, how are we gonna design something that plays great. You know, that's what they care about more, you know, the tech of it, instead of, you know, how it looks. You know, you want something that plays great more than anything, you know what I mean? So I understand they way of thinking on the design, and I personally fuck with it. The PlayStation 5 was just revealed earlier this month, and they went the opposite. You know, they went futuristic. They went, you know, like, they shit look like something that should be on a spaceship. You know what I mean? The PlayStation 5 looked nothing like any of the previous generation PlayStations. You know, they went with a completely bold, new look. You know, and I can't lie, like, I like the PlayStation 5 too. You know, I respect that in a different way. You know, they decided, okay, I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try something different. Okay, I could fuck with that. You know, I could fuck with, you know, trying to go out there and just do something no one seen coming and just be completely, you know, just different. But if I had to choose, you know, even though I like the PlayStation 5, I like the blue lights they have. I like how they went with a white color. I mean, I don't think PlayStation ever went with a white color other than the first PlayStation. I think a version of the first PlayStation was white, but you know, that's something, again, that's something new and different. I like the, like I said, the blue lining. I like the texture of the PlayStation 5, you know, and I like how it's like tall. You know, if it's too tall, that might be ugly, but if it's tall, you know, just a nice size, that's cool. But I think I'm gonna go with the Xbox Series X look because you know, again, I like simplistic, but you have just a little bit of design in that bitch, just a little, you know, like how I got the green optical illusion look at the top, you know, again, reminds you of Xbox, the soul of Xbox. I like how it's black, like the original Xbox, and hey, I fuck with it. So Now let's move on to the games. Now this is where PlayStation has always beat Xbox in my opinion. PlayStation always have the better exclusive shit. You know, they've always did. You know, like The Last of Us, Uncharted, Bloodborne, Spider-Man, God of War, like all of these different games that came out just exclusively for the PlayStation. And you know, PlayStation fans, they like, shit, why would I switch up, you know, when they delivering all these games? And hey, I can't argue with that. When Xbox, when it comes to exclusive, they've been garbage. You know, of course they got Halo. You know, they will always have Halo. Halo is always going to be one of the more popular games of all time. You know, so you can't really argue with a Halo game, but you know, Xbox, they've always lacked in that department. You know, now going forward, that's what I look at. I don't look at the past. I always look at what's going forward. Going forward, you know, from what my understanding is, Xbox hired like 15 different game studios to develop new games, and that's pretty badass, you know. But I got to get at the PlayStation. You know, I can understand, you know, people wanting to get the PlayStation 5 because they're going to get sequels to these games and they're going to get newer, you know, amazing games. So you can't argue with PlayStation and their you know, them getting game. And that's what this shit is all about. Like, it's not about the systems, it's about the games that will be played on the systems. And if PlayStation had the better exclusives, hey, you know, like a lot of people would want the PlayStation, and I can't argue with that. Now another thing that's very important is the specs, the way the PlayStation and the Xbox are built. Now, the Xbox Series X, from my understanding, is more powerful than the PlayStation 5. The Xbox Series X has 12 teraflops, if I'm correct, 12 teraflops, and I think the PlayStation 5 have like 10 teraflops. So I think the Xbox is going to be more powerful, meaning it's going to be able to run better, meaning, you know, the frame rate is probably going to be able to carry more weight on the Xbox and things like that. So, you know, in that department, I could say, okay, Xbox is better. Now, PlayStation 5, from my understanding, has the better SSD. So it'll probably be faster, quicker loading times for the PlayStation 5, you know, and things moving faster on the PlayStation 5. Hey, that's a big deal, man. Like, you know, no more waiting for nothing to download. That's revolutionary as fuck. You think about one of the big annoying things about gaming since games have been invented is having to wait for the shit to load. So imagine you and that bitch just turn that hoe on. Oh, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is fucking dope. Now, Xbox got some pretty dope shit too, where, you know, they could jump from game to game with like 3 to 4 seconds, which is still some loading time, but it's not a lot of loading time. So you could jump from one game to one game just like that. All right, I'm done with this game. I exit this whole go over to this game. I bet now I'm playing this. That's pretty badass too. So, you know, in terms of specs, hey, and what the game systems can do, I can understand someone going for the Xbox if they want that power. I can understand people going for that PlayStation 5 if they want that speed. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get Ali versus fucking Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? So, hey, shit. Hey, okay, so we neck and neck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we're neck and neck. You know, because see, the thing with me, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. You know, I like the Xbox, I love the PlayStation. You know, I'm not a hater, so I'm not going to jump on here trying to, you know, be biased. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, the revolutionary aspects of the game. What are these systems bringing to this generation that the previous, you know, generation didn't have? Now, one thing both of them will have is ray tracing. Now that's badass. Ray tracing is the lighting, the way light reflects. You know, a lot of times that shit is made up. You know, in the past generations, you know, gamer developers make up lighting and they try to, you know, fabricate it to be as real as they can. But, you know, it just, if you pay attention hard enough, you can see how it's fake. Now, ray tracing gives you an exact lighting, real life lighting, you know what I mean, where it looks as real as something would look in real life. You know, the sun shining on cars as they drive by. The ray tracing make the game look way better, you know what I mean? So ray tracing, both systems will have that, and that's badass. Okay, another thing both systems will have is this 3D audio shit, where you can hear the game specific moments, and that's pretty cool. I definitely could look forward to some shit like 3D audio. Another thing, you know, I must mention that the next generation graphics are better. Like they're better. You look at them and you could clearly see that there's a difference in graphics, but they're not revolutionary. You know, like you're not gonna look at a game in the next gen gaming system world and be like, whoa, that's unbelievable. Like it's gonna look a little better, which can be disappointing, especially if you're someone that looking forward to shit looking as real as it can get. And I admit, by this time I feel like, you know, shit should look uncanny valley type shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I remember when the 360 and the PlayStation 3 came out, I was like, it was such a huge jump in graphics where you were like, wow, you know, in a decade or so, shit gonna look actually real. And so for the next generation graphics to not be unbelievably good can be a little disappointing. But you must understand that the game system works in performance. You know, it's about the performance. So things aren't going to be running at 30 frames per second anymore. You know, we're going to get shit running at 60 frames per second or up to 120 frames per second. Shit going to look beautiful in 4K. And it could go, both systems, you know, resolution can go up to 8K. Like, so it's about performance, the way games play, the way games look. That's why you got ray tracing. That's why you got 3D audio. The graphics do look better, you know, they're, you know, probably like 2 times better, but they're not 8 times better. Like, that's what you want, some shit that's 10 times better. But it'll still work, you know. For me, I'm not going to lie. If I had to choose out of these two systems, I'm rocking with the Xbox. And here's why. Number one, backwards compatibility. Now, they're not just using backwards compatibility for the last system, Xbox One. They're going back all the way to the Xbox. You can play games from the first Xbox, the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, and they will play better than they played on those consoles on the Xbox Series X. Oh, you can't beat that. That's dope. Any Xbox game you've ever had, you could still play that bitch. Like, I could go to a game store and buy an old Xbox game that I never played and play it on the Xbox Series X. That's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty badass, you know, to be able to do that. And they also got things like xCloud. They also have a thing called Xbox Game Pass, where basically you pay like a fee a month and you got these bunch of games you could just play. It's basically like the Netflix of games. That shit is dope, man. Like, I'm rolling with the Xbox. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people gonna still fuck with that PlayStation 5, but if you're not biased and you're willing to try different things and you do your research, I think the Xbox is gonna be the better gaming system this generation. I feel like it's crazy because I feel like Xbox versus PlayStation 2, I think that Xbox was better than the PlayStation 2. It was just a better system. I feel like the Xbox 360 was better than the PlayStation 3. Now, I think the PlayStation 4 was way better than the Xbox One. So, going into this next generation, you know, it's not far-fetched for either game system to win out the generation. But I'm going to roll with the Xbox on this one. So that's just my quick video, you know, well, long video about the gaming system that I'm gonna go with and just the gaming world. I usually talk about movies on this channel. Look forward to movie reviews and movie news coming from Troy Bracey on the Love the Movie Troy channel. So thank you for watching. Please like the video if you like the video. Please support in any way you would like, and have a good day.